This meeting is called to order. In accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act, notice of this meeting was provided to the Home News Tribune, the Star Ledger, and the Highland Park Planet on January 8, 2025, and was posted on the Borough Hall website at www.hbborough.com and on the bulletin board of Borough Hall, 221 South Fifth Avenue, Highland Park, New Jersey, and it has remained continuously posted as required by law. Fire exits are to my right and left of council chambers. Officer Sullivan, can you lead us in the pledge of allegiance?
My pleasure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mayor Foster.
Yes.
Councilmember George.
Here.
Councilmember Hale.
Councilmember
Councilmember Hirsch.
Here.
Council President Kim Chohan.
Here.
Councilmember Pistonik.
Here.
Councilmember Vargas.
Here.
Borough Attorney Renaud.
Here.
Borough Administrator Rivera.
Here.
Approval of minutes. May I have a motion to approve the minutes from June 17, 2025 work session, June 24th, 2025, regular meeting, July 1st, regular meeting, and July 15th, regular meeting, and executive session as distributed.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember George.
Yes.
Councilmember Hale.
Yeah.
Councilmember Hirsch.
Yes.
Council President Kim Chohan.
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik.
Yes.
And Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
Okay. Council report, Councilmember George.
Give me a second, the computer's a little slow. So with regard to public safety, thank you for the Highland Park Public Police Department for running another successful junior police academy. I just spoke to a lieutenant, said it was fully enrolled this year. The participants gave and parents gave a great feedback, learning about investigations, traffic and safety laws, fundamentals of what the police do, and also to absorb the community-oriented spirit with which our officers engaged themselves in the project. I'd like to thank the parents also who took the time to facilitate their children participating, and I hope that the Academy gave an experience that will endure to everyone. Congratulations to the Highland Park Police Department and all the public service groups from the borough and county who made for a very successful national night out on an absolutely beautiful evening. The crowd was very large this year, and all of the public service groups reported to me that they had a lot of interest in what they were supporting and presenting to the public. The county also had public safety equipment along with our fire department to make the displays more accessible and more interesting for all of us, including the kids inside all of us. We are actively in the process of hiring for a number of police positions to infill some positions which will become open, and hopefully promotions, as well as under the grant to allow us to hire for community policing. There'll be more information as that process moves along. The Highland Park Police Department is also putting together a back-to-school assistance program in cooperation with the administration's recreation department and other administration for back-to-school backpacks. Captain Corbello advised me today that the details are being worked out, and we will put up that information on our website, and it will also be on the Highland Park Police Department website. On another note of great interest to the public, NJDOT corrected the signs at North 4th for the no left turn signal. We hope to see that some of the turning issues there are corrected, hopefully, and I hope that we'll see behaviors there and all along Raritan Avenue improve. With regard to the fire department, welcome to Darren Doherty, who'll be appointed as our latest member of the volunteer fire department by the mayor tonight. The mayor thanked the fire department for its recent response to 11 Raritan, where a fire was reported. The turnout response showed how far our efforts to revamp and revitalize the fire department and how it has come to run itself and administer itself have come. 7 full-time firefighters and 7 volunteers responded, and thankfully the smoke and alarms were traced to a faulty washer. But it shows that we have become more and more able to meet our own public safety needs as we also undertake redevelopment to increase housing affordability, and more residents participating in different kinds of housing, we're able to take care of all of that. With regard to the library just hosted a home-based activity with the Highland Park Arts Collective opening this past Sunday from 2 to 4. The artists are all local residents. It's a non-affiliated group, and they presented their representative works and explained their process to over 40 people who participated. The books are ordered and have arrived for the community reading project, the Heaven and Earth grocery store, and the library is moving ahead now to finalize the details for the townwide exploration into culture, difference, and community in cooperation with the Human Relations Commission. I'm sure we'll hear more about that. And Mayor, thank you. That's my report.
Councilmember George, can you give us a timeline on the pavers at the library?
I'm sorry, on the
Pavers at the work that's being done.
The pavers, as of yesterday, I'm sorry, as of Sunday, we're done. I think there's just a little bit more trim work and some of the edging, but I was also there when the crew was working during the week where they were laying the undersurfacing, and they really were doing quite a job. They went down below where the pavers were, into the subsurface and compacted everything. Also, the pavers now cover the entire area, so there are no disparate edges between concrete and so on. The design is very nice. It sort of echoes the design that was there. The stanchions with the lights are still there. I think there's just a little bit more trim work and maybe some landscaping by DPW, but the work is really nice.
Thank you. We've got some emails about when that will be completed. Thank you. Councilmember Postelnick.
Thank you, Mayor, and good evening, everyone. My name is Jason Postelnick. I chair the Health and Human Services Committee. I have a very short report for tonight. I just wanted to speak to a couple of items on the agenda. First up, the ordinance requiring first reading, item 12A. That was something that the Human Relations Commission and I have been talking about for a bit of time now. It's really just basically something to right-size the commission. It currently is supposed to have 21 members. We're falling far short of having a quorum, and I think it's been that case for a little while now. So we looked at what other towns are doing, and we came up with like a happy medium, kind of right in the middle of what most towns do for their Human Relations Commission. So it was vetted by the commission, it was vetted by the Health and Human Services Committee. Everyone is supportive, so I just asked my colleagues to support it tonight. It'll allow us to conduct business in accordance with all proper protocols. And just one other thing to notice that even with sort of lowering the numbers of members on that commission, we will still have a couple of vacancies. So if anyone out there is interested in participating in events to bring communities together, they saw a volunteer application on the hqborough.com website. And then the only other thing I just want to add, because this was a priority for the Commission of Universal Access, was that we have the resolution to put out a request proposal for the Safe Routes to School project. That is something I know that the staff here and everyone has been working real hard for a long time to make this a reality. A lot of bureaucratic hurdles along the way, but we're finally getting there, and very much looking forward to seeing that move forward. And that, Mayor, is my report for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Vargas.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. My name is Roma Vargas, and I serve as the liaison for the Recreation and Arts Commissions and Departments. First, a reminder that Parks Out concert will be happening this Thursday at 6 p.m. in Donaldson Park, Grove 1. Performing will be, and I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, Cook Nuts and Christine Elise, bringing an exciting mix of hip hop, soul, and new age music. This is a free concert, and there will be select food vendors, and it's a perfect chance to go outside, enjoy great music, bring some friends, bring your kids. The playground is right nearby, so please support these community events and the efforts that are put into organizing these. On the Arts Commission, we will be having the Arts Commission meeting this Thursday at 6 p.m. at the Highland Park Library. Members of the public are welcome to attend, and we encourage people to attend and give us their input. As we meet tonight, the Arts Commission is also hosting a paper marbling workshop here at the community center. Is targeted for kids. I stopped by a little bit, and they had a nice crowd of kids there getting I unfortunately, I don't remember the name of the instructor. I think her name is Bernice, but she was doing a great job of getting those kids very excited for the activity they were about to do. So I want to thank the organizers, the instructor, and the community center staff for always making an effort and making space for these types of programming. On tonight's consent agenda, you'll see a resolution authorizing applications for grants that the Historical Commission is pursuing. This includes the New Jersey Historical Commission 2025 Historical Markers Program 250th Initiative. The proposed marker would be placed on River Road near the Environmental Center, marking the site of a former Hessian forces camp during the Revolutionary War. I asked my council colleagues to please support this resolution, and I commend the Historical Commission for their dedication. They're also continuing to work on their community history grant and as well as planning an Indigenous Peoples Day event for October. They're very, very busy, and I thank them for their work. You'll also see resolutions for grant applications from the Municipal Alliance and for the arts grant submitted by the Department of Recreation and Community Center. My thanks to the outstanding team at the Community Center for their efficiency and commitment in pursuing these grants, which both help essential and enjoyable programs at Highland Park. And they're already working on the schedule of Park Sock in July and the fireworks in the park, as well as many other programs they have for next year. So they're already marking their calendars, so they're very diligent, and I appreciate that. And as always, I encourage everybody to stay connected through our social media and website for details on upcoming events and to share them with friends and family so that more residents can be aware of the wonderful things that are happening in the borough and enjoy the wonderful work and efforts of our commissions and departments. And that is my report for tonight, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Hill.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. My name is Matt Hale, and I chair the Economic Development Committee. Normally towards the end of summer, things get a little bit slow, but we are picking up. So we've got a lot to talk about tonight. But before I wanted to jump into that, I just wanted to tell everybody about this amazing shopping experience I had about local shopping in Highland Park this week. I was able to I had a list of things that I wanted to do, and as I was going over it, I realized that I could do every single one of them right here in Highland Park, and not only that, I could do every single one of them between 4th and 5th Avenue in Highland Park, so I figured I'd let you know about that. This dress shirt was dirty, but I sent it to the cleaners at Highland Park Cleaners at 412 Raritan Avenue. They cleaned it very nicely, and I got to wear it tonight, so that happened right away. And then at the same time, my son went to sleepaway camp. And he goes for about a month, and he sent him with 2 enormous duffel bags filled with clothes, bathing suits, sheets, towels, and he probably only wears 1 bathing suit and 3 outfits, and the rest of it he just throws all over the place. The whole thing smelled like camp. So rather than me taking it to my own laundry, I took it to University Laundry, which is at 410 Raritan Avenue, right next door. They do a fluff and fold. What a country. It's amazing. Drop it off 3 days later, all clean, all folded. It was fantastic. It was amazing. And after that, I really needed some stamps because I used my last one to send my son the letter in the vague hope that he might write back. He never did, but I was out of stamps, so I had to go to the post office, which is at 406 Raritan Avenue, and I bought some stamps. And there was no line at all. So I was feeling super lucky. So I went back a little bit to 408 Raritan Avenue to the buck stops here and bought a lottery ticket. I don't know if I've won yet, but if I do, I will be sure to let everybody know. But literally 15 minminutes.
And you will share.
Yeah.
And I will definitely share the wealth with people I like. 4 stops, 4 errands, 15 minutes, all inside of 4th and 5th Avenue, but I am not done. I needed some food for dinner, so where did I go? I popped over to Super Fresh and did a really nice grocery shopping, and it's really cool to get good food, but I have to say, the coolest thing that I have ever seen and ever bought in Highland Park is right here. Can we zoom in on this? They have a limited edition designer Mr. Potato Heads. And this Mr. Potato Head is the dude from the Coen-Browski's movie, The Big Lebowski. This is the dude, right? And the dude abides. How this 1998 classic did not win Best Picture, or Jeff Bridges for Best Actor, or John, I Don't Roll on Shabbos Goodman for Best Supporting Actor is a complete mystery to me. But I do have this Mr. Potato Head. He's going to stay here from now on, right here, Mr. Potato Head from Super Fresh to remind us to shop local. So that was an exciting week. I had 5 stores inside of an hour, got all my stuff done right here in Highland Park between 4th and 5th. I encourage everybody to do exactly the same thing. Okay, now on to some other real stuff. You'll notice on the consent agenda tonight is about pole banners. This is something that the banners that go up on the light poles. I just wanted to say a real quick shout out to the Main Street Design Committee, and particularly to Giza Shank, and also to my colleagues Norma and Matt for their input into these banners. It's going to be exciting to have banners all up and down Raritan Avenue. So thank you for that. 2 other things that are important. So this Thursday, August 14th at 7:30 p.m. is a planning board meeting where we're going to hold a public hearing on whether or not the Sunoco station and a few other surrounding properties meet the statutory definition for condemnation area in need of redevelopment. As we've mentioned again and again, our preferences is always to work with property owners to develop and revitalize their vacancies or underutilized properties. We're going to continue to do that in this case, but sometimes this process is needed to push the ball forward a little bit. The planning board will have testimony about the properties, their condition, and their history, and then make a recommendation about whether they meet the legal criteria for this designation, and then it'll come back to council. This has been a very long time coming. Obviously, I was struck in the write-up that our planner did about this, a couple different lines. In 1977, the planning board approved the installation of gas pumps and holding tanks that could accommodate, and this is a quote, unleaded gasoline required by many new cars today. And in doing that, they said this would eliminate from Raritan Avenue one of the worst eyesores in town. So that was 1977. So hopefully we're going to move this forward. So again, this hearing is Thursday, August 14th at 7:30 p.m. There is a Zoom option, but because planning board meetings have some legal ramifications, if you're interested in speaking, you have to be there in person. So again, that's August 14th at 7:30. To wrap up, I just wanted to give an update on our process for South 3rd, the pedestrian plaza. Over the last several weeks, we've been holding a series of key stakeholder meetings and focus groups about the 3rd Avenue project. These are led by Rituja Bartek, our Assistant Economic Development Director, and our partners at Arterial. And we've heard the hopes, dreams, wishes, desires, and even some fears and worries about the coming pedestrian plaza. Our team has met with folks from Main Street, representatives from our boards and commissions, including Sustainable Highland Park, the Environmental Commission, the Historical Commission, the Arts Commission, and Universal Access. We met with residents who live on 3rd, as well as business owners in the area. And all the borough department heads joined another meeting. And then tomorrow we have our last one with the Main Street Design Committee. And I'm not going to talk about each one of them individually, each of those meetings, but we've had lots of different discussions, among other things, the needs of the farmers market and town movie night and evening markets. We got suggestions on the preferred types of pavers, bioswales, and rain gardens. We've got suggestions for landscaping, planting and other tree preferences. We discussed water fountains and even naming opportunities. We talked about public art and sculpture options. We talked about how to hide electrical cables and to make sure walkways and seating are accessible to everyone. We talked a lot about a Rite Aid cut through, communal trash options, traffic flow, and yes, all things parking. Went into fairly significant detail about police fire needs. We heard about the need for PA systems, portable stages, noise reduction, lighting needs, even climbing walls and jungle gyms. And yes, particularly we talked about toilet options. So there's a lot on the table. There's a lot that's out there, but it's been great to get out with key stakeholders. I just wanted to thank Rituja and Arterial for all of their work in putting these meetings together, all their work in collaborating to get all this information. That information is going to be given out to the public on August 20th from 6 to 8 at the Highland Park Community Center. This is a community-wide meeting where everyone is welcome to come and share your thoughts about our great new public plaza. At the community center, we're going to divide it up into different stations. The idea is that no matter what you know about the project or where you come to the project, you're going to be able to learn something about its history, where it is today, and where we're hoping it's going to be in the future. We'll have stations about broad overviews, another about what's there, and some of the history. And then we're going to also have sort of some sample pictures and drawings of possibilities. And the goal is really to get a good sense from people who attend what the preferred kind of look and feel is for the plaza. So this is a great opportunity for everybody to come out and help shape what this plaza is going to look like, feel like, and how it's going to be used. This is again at the community center, August 20th from 6 to 8 p.m. Please join us in that. After this meeting is over, the plan is Arterial and our professionals will go back, they'll put pen to paper or CAD drawing to computer screen. And we're pretty excited to be moving this process forward. So please come out for that this week. And that's all I have, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Hurd.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Councilman Hale. Now I just have the Mr. Potato Head song in my head. I'm not going to sing it for you, but you know, if you're of a certain, if you grew up in a certain time and age, you would know it, specifically kid in the 80s. My name is Matthew Hirsch. I am the chair of the Public Works and Public Utilities Committee. Nice to see everybody here tonight and my wonderful colleagues. I actually do want to start off with one thing about National Night Out and Park Stock. It's been really amazing this summer to spend some time with the community, to interact with folks, and to see, you know, borough employees, borough staff, Lieutenant Soden. I mean, the rec department at National Night Out. It was wonderful. You know, I'm not. They're not my portfolio anymore. So it's just really wonderful to reconnect with folks in that way. And I hope everybody is getting the experience to do that as well, because you know when we go through the agenda and when we talk about the really great things that are happening in Highland Park, it is a stark and shocking and somewhat disorienting contrast to, I think, our daily lives and the consumption of information that comes in, particularly with what's going on in Washington, D.C. and around the world. So it really just speaks to the importance of getting involved, getting your hands dirty, getting down, you know, in the weeds in your community to make these to make this place and places like ours the best as possible. Because I honestly believe that the thing that is going to sustain our democracy moving forward are our smaller jurisdictions that are going to have to do the work so we can live lives comfortably and with dignity without the air of nonsense that happens all over, and you know, threatening nonsense too. I don't mean to downplay what, you know, what's going on, but this is really what is going to keep everything moving. Is our local governments, county government, state government functioning in tandem and making sure that we are providing the best resources for residents always. And so I did just want to state that because I think a lot of us, you know, are particularly consumed with what's going on every day in the world, and it's distracting, and it's distracting us too. But please know that, you know, everybody up here, and the mayor, and all the borough employees, and the community have the community's interests at heart and are working as tirelessly and as hard as we can to make sure that there is stability and set expectations, and that people can continue to enjoy living and working and raising a family in Highland Park and shopping in Highland Park, which is also incredibly important. Just wanted to get that out of the way. Sustainable Highland Park, which is part of the Public Works portfolio, will hold its regular monthly meeting on August 27th in the Heshy-Berman Conference Room here at Borough Hall. Please come. On Sunday, August 17th at 9 a.m., please meet members of Sustainable Highland Park and our Cracker Jack crew in high school and middle school parking lot for our next community cleanup. This is an incredibly successful program, whether it's one person who shows up or 6 people who show up. The fact is that it happens almost every Saturday, and the commitment of our volunteers is profound and inspiring. So please come. There's always, if you can't come this Saturday, there's always a next time. Gloves, buckets, and other supplies will be provided. On Sunday, August 24th, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Join us on a little field trip with Sustainable Highland Park. We're going to be going to the Rutgers Cooperative Extension's Middlesex County Earth Center Garden Arts and Music Festival in Davidson's Mill Pond Park over in North Brunswick. Earth Center Garden Arts and Music Festival offers fun for the whole family and is filled with family-oriented activities, live art displays, and local musical acts. I did just want to talk because this sounds like an incredible event, and it's brought to you by the county. Activities for the kids will include the recycling magician and paint a pot. The Arts Institute of Middlesex County will offer a share your food waste kitchen demonstration with the bounty of the season. A food and ice cream truck will be available on site, but carried-in picnic lunches are also welcome. There will be garden tours, the butterfly house demonstrations, live music, and other activities. Bring some, if you're keeping a garden, bring some outstanding collections from your garden for the greatest of the garden competition. I was at the Middlesex County Fair last week, and they had a Jersey Fresh garden grow competition, and I swear some of the zucchini and cucumbers that I've grown could compete. So don't count yourself out. Hike or bike through the county's most beautiful park. The picnic lunch, take advantage of the on-site food trucks, and learn more about the Rutgers Cooperative Extension in Middlesex County. It's a phenomenal organization. I've interacted with them in very different ways over the years, and they really do a lot. www.middlesexcountyNJ.gov/extension. Follow Sustainable Highland Park on Facebook and Sustainable Highland Park on Instagram with the handle @Sustainable Highland Park NJ. Bulk pickup is coming. It's just around the corner by appointment only. And our crossing guards here are reminding me how close to September we actually are. Bulk waste collection will be by appointment. Pickups will be scheduled on Wednesdays in September and October. To make an appointment now if you anticipate a large volume of bulk. Particularly as leases expire, folks are moving. If you're a renter, this is your opportunity to lighten your load. If you're a property owner, this is an opportunity to keep your property clear and maintenance free. But please, to make an appointment, please call Public Works at 732-247-9379. Each household may request up to 2 collections per year. I've done 1. And I anticipate using 1 more, but the 1 more it won't necessarily count against you because the week after the townwide garage sale, Tuesday, October 21st and Thursday, October 23rd, there will be a bulk pickup where no appointment is necessary. Recycling will not be collected during the week of October 20th through October 24th. Materials may be placed at curbside no sooner than 1 hour before sundown of the day prior to scheduled pickup. Materials not properly secured, bundled, and unacceptable items will not be collected. Materials put out for collection without a scheduled appointment or on the wrong date will also not be collected. That's these guidelines. They may sound strict, but they're obviously very important from a safety standpoint and from a neighborhood standard standpoint, but also from a public health standpoint as well, because oftentimes a lot of items are left on the curb that don't have scheduled pickups. Folks may anticipate them, that someone may come by and pick it up, but that's not always the case. So just be mindful of the items that you do leave on your curb. I did see some Facebook activity on the subject, and I think if everybody kind of sets their expectations, knows what's expected, knows when the pickup is coming, and knows how to schedule it, then we can really, we can all work together to make sure that this is as successful as possible. Because after the bulk pickup, after the townwide garage sale, as you know, there are a lot of items and materials that are left on the curb. Fortunately, most of them are actually taken before our public works crews come and pick them up. So that is good. I mentioned National Night Out. I wanted to echo. Thank Councilman Hale, Terry Hobert, and the mayor. Really looking forward to the South Third Plaza Forum. A few years ago, when I was liaison to the Historical Commission, we got a New Jersey Historical grant to do a survey, to do an inventory, a historical inventory survey of all the properties downtown between 2nd and 5th, I guess. No spoilers, and there was nothing shocking, but it gave a really great look at into the history of some of the buildings, but then also the nature of Highland Park. Highland Park was really truly designed not only as a bedroom community to New Brunswick, but to serve car sales and automobile traffic. That is how Highland Park was formed. That was the intention, with a single spine down the center. And there were a lot of, there were a lot of retailers with the big bay windows that we can still see remnants of around town. So, making Highland Park more pedestrian friendly, more town oriented. This is the work, and really looking forward to seeing the fruit of that work, or at least the start of it on the 20th. The outdoor movie theater, I know this is Councilman Hale, so I'm not stealing any thunder, but I just wanted to, also express my love and affinity for the outdoor movie theater. Councilman Hale reads the movies that are coming up at intervals reports. And again, it's another opportunity to spend time with your community, and to also just kind of, make contact with folks that you may not normally make contact. We have a wonderful crop of volunteers that work the movie, that help set up the chairs, that help clean up afterward. And I did want to give a special shout out to Greg Arlotti and John Turner for always showing up and being present and being helpful. I want to just congratulate Joyce Leslie and Ellen Walsh for their appointments to the zoning board. Both bring really valuable insight to that board, and looking forward to their deep experience and expertise. And that's my report, Mayor. I did just want to ask, though, if Borough Administrator Hobert, if you would just, during the report, if you would just mind it, just give a quick explainer of item 13L on the consent agenda. So that's my report, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Council President Kim Cho-Han.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Tonight on the agenda, we do have a resolution to accept the 2024 audit. I'd like to thank the staff here, all the department heads that had to be, I guess, a little inconvenienced. We all know the process of audits. The full audit will be available online. And audit was satisfactory. So thank you to the staff and especially the finance team. And sorry, I forgot to say my name. My name is Stephanie Kim Cho-Han and I chair finance. And I also, with everyone now, have received the increase in the PSE&G bills. I wanted to remind everyone about some payment assistance programs. PSE&G has the Universal Service Fund. Applications for that is accepted year-round. USF helps make energy bills more affordable. Income eligible customers can receive a $5 to $180 monthly credit towards their bill. We also have the low income home energy assistance program. That application period is currently closed and will reopen October 1st, 2025. And applications are accepted from October 1st through June 30th. This program helps customers with winter heating bills and medically necessary cooling costs. And so homeowners and renters are eligible. You do not have to be behind on your bill to apply. Income eligible customers can receive an average of $350 towards their heating bill and $300 towards medically necessary cooling costs. Lastly, there's the New Jersey Lifeline for seniors and disabled adults. Those applications are accepted yearly, year-round. And New Jersey Lifeline is a $225 yearly electricity or gas payment credit for seniors or disabled adults. To qualify, you must be a New Jersey resident, 65 years of age or older, or 18 years of age and receiving Social Security Title II disability benefits. All of these programs can be found on pscng.com, New Jersey, pscng.com/payment assistance programs. Also, while this really isn't in my area, but I did want to report because it actually did affect my family, that direct quote from the New Jersey Department of Health compared to recent years for reasons that are not clear, we have seen an increase in the number of hand, foot, and mouth disease outbreaks from May to June of July from this year, with 127 outbreaks across New Jersey. So hand, foot, and mouth affects children under the age of 5. I think maybe I'm the only one under here, but so just just wash the hands. I know the kids come home. It's a simple thing, but it's spreading fast. And lastly, on piggybacking on Councilman Hill's Main Street stories, I also have a story too. I go to Eyebrows, which is at 320 Raritan Avenue. There's a stylist in there. Her name is Jay. She only works on Saturdays. And so I have to run over, especially on Saturdays, for her. And I asked her, why can't you work any additional days? Come to find out, she's a student at our County Technical Cosmetology School. And she does makeup artist stuff, and they let her work there on Saturdays. And she says she's making good money and she loves it here in town. She always have a wait, and you usually have to make an appointment with her. So it's good to see that Highland Park businesses are also offering summer jobs, and they're making decent money. She said she purchased her car, with these funds from us. We love to get our eyebrows and makeup done. So, and her name is Jay, if anyone wants to visit her. And that's my report, Mayor. Enjoy the rest of your summer.
Thank you. For attorney's report.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have a report, just as I'll do my little housekeeping, and I swear I'll keep this short. For today's agenda, for the members of the public that are here, you'll see there are several different opportunities for members of the public to come and address the council. The first one will occur right after the reports. That's the public participation. That affords any member to speak on any item that's on the agenda. That's your ordinances on first reading and your resolutions, or any other topic on the agenda outside of ordinances on second. At the end of the meeting, there'll be a second opportunity for members of the public to speak. That will be for any topic that you wish to bring to the council's attention. And again, you'll be afforded 3 minutes. Tonight, we have an ordinance on second reading, and that's the film ready ordinance, is the brief title of that. On ordinances on second reading, you will also be afforded the opportunity to speak on that ordinance alone, to put your opinions on the record as to your thought on that particular ordinance. That's all I have.
Thank you. Administrator.
I don't have a report, but at Councilmember Hirsch's request, I'll address Resolution 825-197 on the agenda, or 13L. It's a resolution authorizing extension of local support, a classified retail license for Floral Highland Park at 85 Raritan. They've requested one additional extension. Hopefully, I would say, I didn't have a chance to check in with code enforcement to see what % done, but they're nearing completion on the renovations of the space, but they're just not ready to open yet. And they've requested an additional extension. We typically give them in 6-month chunks. So it's another 6 months being requested at this time. And so it's a recommendation that they've otherwise kind of met all their obligations and are progressing, and it's appropriate to do so at this time.
And my report is very, very brief. I'm piggybacking on a lot of things that was said, and especially for National Night Out, it was a huge success, as everyone noted. And I was just so happy to see the cross collaboration of county and our local public service team here in Highland Park, how well they came together and made it a huge success for all the kids. They were super happy, and a lot of people was out. That was awesome. And then the police academy this year, I know one of the favorite things that the kids like to see is the helicopter. Away from doing CSI, crime scene investigative stuff, they love the helicopter. So I heard a lot about the helicopter. They were super excited about helicopter coming to Highland Park. So kudos to the police department and the summer academy that they do provide. Piggybacking on what Council President Stephanie King Chohan said about public service utilities, that it continues to go through the roof as we are all feeling it. But we have a program called Community Solar, and please look out for your community solar. I don't think we're gonna be impacted. I think our funds are secure. So for those all of us who are interested in having solar, please check out our website and look about the community solar program that we have. It definitely will help with some of the high costs that we are all seeing in uptick of electricity. And that's my report. Thank you. And now it's time for public participation. 21 minutes total. 3 minutes per speaker, limited to item on the agenda. Comments from members of the public attending in person will be heard first, followed by those who are attending on Zoom.
I don't see any hands up on Zoom. Oh, we got an in-person hand, Mayor. Yeah, please come to the microphone.
Please approach the microphone and what's your name and address?
No, you go.
Microphone.
Right by the door there.
Yes, we don't have.
Hello, my name is Doreen Carter. I'm an Edison resident, but I wanted to give you my comments. Coming into Highland Park, my car was completely enveloped in hot smoke. Not from one person smoking, so it must have been a group. It was really offensive, and I had to roll up all my windows. I was startled when I heard Highland Park was opening another pot shop. From my way I see it, Highland Park is encouraging smoking pot. I do not want to travel in Highland Park, nor do any business in Highland Park, as I do not want to be on the same road with anyone who's just smoked pot. There's a collision waiting to happen. Pot slows down your reaction time, impairs your judgment of distance, and decreases coordination, which are essential when you're behind the wheel of a car. And just a few days ago, I just saw a Toms River resident smoke pot and then got in his car and hit someone who died. I could go on a couple more. Studies suggest that dispensaries, especially due to high cash volume, valuable products, can become a target for crime. And that's really concerning. Some businesses near dispensaries have reported issues such as a hot smell permeating their properties and increasing loitering, heading to a loss of business or even relocation. And then the proliferation of dispensaries could increase access to and use of pot among teenagers, despite regulations intended to prevent this. So I'm appealing to you. I don't really understand why you have so many dispensaries in Highland Park. I used to do a lot of business in Highland Park. I'm not doing that anymore. That's all I have to say.
I'm Melissa Gordu. I live on the corner of Crowell and Lewis, where we need to stop sign. Anyway, I'm asking you to turn down 88-25-197 for Borough. This will be our fifth pot shop, and I live between two pot shops. So I have opened the door and been smacked in the face with the smell of somebody that just walked by. They seem to buy their product at Manja and then walk down Crowell and drop the papers and the little, I have pictures in my phone of all the garbage. And it will say on it that this is herbal product on it. And article was just in Newsweek this week that spot smoking can cause heart disease and another ailment. And also my church is right there at Anja. So when they pull out straight to get onto Crowell, where I've already been hit, I was hit on Crowell. They pull right in front of my church and out to Route 18. And we have little old ladies coming out at 6 o'clock on a Saturday night. That's when we have church. I really wish that we could concentrate on something else for our empty businesses. I realize we need to fill them, but I'm really concerned that we're turning into something that we don't want to be turned into. But thank you for your consideration.
Mary Botion, Madison Ave. I'm glad that someone else mentioned the THC impaired driver that killed somebody in South River. I was gonna mention that as well, South Tom's River, by the way. So instead, I'm gonna start with something else. The person who couldn't be here tonight sent me a post from Highland Park Facebook. They asked me to read it. They're describing walking their dog. They live down in the apartments located on South Sixth. They walked up the street to the corner of Benner, crossed over to the other side of South Sixth, and walked back. They say, quote, "I won't be going that way anymore," because their dog picked up what the vet described as either fentanyl or marijuana while on the walk. The vet said that this has become a real common issue lately. They're seeing many pets brought in for this. Described as a horrible experience. They thought the dog was going to die. This is something we actually mentioned to you a couple of years ago, that we're a very dog-friendly town, and bringing in all these recreational marijuana locations really actually is not only a risk to every child in this town, every adult in this town, but actually all the pets in this town. The poster responded back saying, "Please notify the police of this incident. Quote, I'm sure there are kids in the area." We know there's kids all over Highland Park. So if this wasn't actually conveyed to the police yet, perhaps you could consider this an incident report also as well. The next thing I wanted to address, again, regarding, resolution 197 and the fact that we do not need another fifth recreational marijuana trafficking location in this town. We hope to vote no. It appears that your fifth location has some big names attached to it. For example, everybody knows Brett Tansman by now, is our developer for Track 6. His father, Roy Tansman, the son of former Highland Park Mayor Herb Tansman, is on the advisory committee for your proposed fifth pot shop. Again, that's very concerning to have some of these names that we're doing business with for developers also involved in applications you're approving for recreational marijuana trafficking. It's really interesting too. It seems very incongruous, given Mr. Tansman's, what's your quote, dedication to the borough
30
and the
seconds.
broader New Jersey Jewish community, completely in contrast to what the VOD has described. Or if they've told you specifically in a letter, we are united in our opposition to these initiatives. I also want to mention, speaking of incongruent information, the Gail Mittler location, recreational marijuana location of her son and one of her employees, the application for that business references Arnold Weinberg as quote, an owner of all colors. I have nothing to show that he's actually an owner of all colors. If you have something to show different than that, that would be a really good time to present that information. Did they say time or?
Yes.
Oh,
Time.
thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, there's a hands up, and just for the record, we have 5 attendees from home. Colleen Tyler, your hand is up. I'm going to call on you. Please state your name to confirm it's you.
My name's Colleen Tyler. I'm at 142 North 6th Avenue. And I'd like to speak on behalf of the Resolution 825-197, resolution authorizing extension of local support of a Class 5 retail license for Floro Highland Park LLC to operate a retail cannabis business at 85 Raritan Avenue. And I would also like to echo the previous speakers in my being upset about the 5 of these businesses being allowed, not even being allowed, but being encouraged to set up in Highland Park without public approval. There's never been any referendum. asking the people of this town, do we want any of these businesses? And if so, what are the conditions? These decisions have all been made by the previous mayor and council and supported wholeheartedly by the current mayor and council. These are not supported by the majority of Highland Park residents. In fact, the handful of people that are speaking tonight will give proof to the idea that there is strong resistance to turning Highland Park into a pot headquarters. And surely 5 cannabis dispensaries qualifies us for that dubious honor. It's affecting our reputation as a town of being family friendly. It's affecting our housing values. It's certainly affecting daily lives of many people who are in the immediate area of these pot shops. There's no earthly reason why this town needs 5 marijuana dispensaries. We do not need it. We don't want it. We're kind of helpless against the mayor and council because they've decided for us that this is what we're going to have. But believe me, there is strong resistance to it. That's all I have to say.
Anyone else, Debbie?
No, Mayor. No other hands.
Okay, seeing none, may I have a motion to close public participation?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember George,
Yes.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes, I do want to follow up with some of the concerns that were raised, though. but
Council
yes.
President Kim Cho Han,
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
There will be another opportunity for you to come up and speak after we go through this proceeding. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to move on to ordinance requiring a second reading. Clerk, can you report on ordinance number 25-2115?
An ordinance to amend chapter 247 titled licenses to create article 5 titled filming in the municipal code of the Borough of Highland Park, County of Middlesex, New Jersey, has been duly advertised for consideration of passage on final reading by title, and affidavits of publication are on file.
Now it's time for public hearing on this ordinance. If you would like to speak, please come up to the microphone and announce yourself. Anyone else?
I don't see any hands up.
Okay, seeing none, may I have a motion to close public hearing on ordinance number 25-2115?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember George,
Yes.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho Han,
Yes. And
Councilmember Pistonik,
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
yes.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 25-2115?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember George,
Just want to note that it may seem far-fetched for saying, oh, it's just nice to do filming. 2 happen to be towns of clients have actually had filming, and in one, the crew descended and in one day relabeled the council chambers to look like a place in the 1960s in one day, and brought in business for all the local restaurants. And another one in a town where I prosecute, they descended on the town and actually we were trying to prosecute in the courthouse while they were filming outside. It really happens. It's really good, and the state is really backing this, and I wholeheartedly vote yes.
Councilmember Hale,
Yeah, I just think this is a great opportunity for us to get in the forefront of a great industry that we're trying to grow in New Jersey. I'm obviously a very big movie fan, so let's get as many movies as we possibly can here in Highland Park. And I vote yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Highland Park is star worthy and worthy of a movie set, yes.
Council President Kim Cho Han,
And Netflix, if you're watching, I know Squid Games is coming to the US. Please pick Highland Park. You can save my house. No. Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik.
I too am very excited for this. I think Highland Park is ready to be film ready. I vote yes.
And Councilmember Vargas.
I feel so pressured to make all the speak, but I'll just say yes. It's very exciting.
Okay. Ordinance required first reading. Clerk, please report on ordinance, introduction of ordinance number 25-2116.
An ordinance amending chapter 9 boards, committees, and commissions, Article 1, Human Relations Commission by amending subsection 9-1, appointment of the Code of the Borough of Highland Park, Human Relations Commission by the Administration Committee for consideration of passage on first reading by title.
May I have a motion to approve ordinance number 25-2116?
So
Okay.
moved.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Got too excited. So moved.
I know you've been talking about this one.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember George.
I'd like to thank Councilman Pistonik and the administration for the work on streamlining this committee so that it works and continues to provide significant, important work for our town. Yes.
Yes.
Councilmember Hale.
Oh, yes.
Councilmember.
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho-Han.
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik.
It's not a race, everyone, but yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
Okay, consent agenda. May I ask members of the public, of the council, if they would like to pull any of items from the consent agenda for a separate vote?
No, Mayor.
Okay, everyone says no. May I have a motion to adopt the following consent agenda items, 13A through 13P?
So moved.
Second.
Resolution
Roll
requiring,
call.
oh, I'm sorry, roll call, I'm sorry.
Councilmember George.
Yes.
Councilmember Hale.
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch.
Yes, and there are items to follow up on. Please be in touch.
Council President Kim Cho-Han.
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik.
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
Resolution requiring a separate reading. Clerk, may I have a motion? May I have a motion to adopt resolution 8-25-202, chapter 85, resolution requesting a change in title, in the title text or amount of appropriations.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember George.
Yes.
Councilmember Hale.
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch.
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho-Han.
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik.
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
Okay. Then we're gonna move on to appointments. I'm gonna ask to table the Mental Health Commission appointment because we are gonna be doing some restructuring of the Mental Health Commission. May I have a motion?
Motion to
So
table.
moved.
Motion to table.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember George.
Yes.
Councilmember Hale.
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch.
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho-Han.
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik.
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
And now we move on to crossing guards. Karen Aaron, Jennifer Carlo, Teresa Fox, Arlene Gee, Carol Gordon, Christopher Lopez, Lucille Morris, Jacqueline Ryan, Deborah Reddick Smith. And zoning board and the zoning board of adjustment, we're going to appoint Aileen Walsh, alternate number 1, and Joyce Leslie, alternate number 2. And there's no confirmation needed. And volunteer fire department, Darren Doherty. May I have a motion to confirm?
So moved.
Roll call, sorry.
Councilmember George.
Yes.
Councilmember Hale.
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch.
Yes, and nice to see you, crossing guards. We still have less than 4 weeks left, so nice to see you and looking forward to back to school.
Council President Kim Cho-Han.
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik.
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
Now it's time for the second public participation. 3 minutes allowed to speak on any topic, subject to conclude by 9 p.m. Comments from members of the public attending in person will be heard first, followed by those members attending via Zoom.
Thank you. Yeah, Mary Lucian, Madison, I just wanted to continue where I left off on the previous comments. Again, just to reinforce, the application for Gail Mittler's son's property, recreational marijuana trafficking property, has a statement here. Arnold Weinberg is an owner of all colors. There, I have nothing that I've shown in the state records for business registration, etc., that supports that statement. So if this is not correct, how did this get passed through Highland Park? If it is correct, if I'm missing something, please send that to me. I don't want to have the idea that this is incorrect information. We really need to know. I am not aware of anything showing he is an owner of all colors. And that is on this Highland Park application for a recreational marijuana pot shop. The other issue, again, as you've heard tonight, the quality of life in Highland Park, has all these little nuances of things that don't always go very well when you bring in multitudes of recreational marijuana facilities. And I want to, again, alert your attention to the statistics for Highland Park Borough, showing a 56% increase in DWIs and a 19% increase in indictables. To remind you, a DWI is the same as a DUI, refers to alcohol, narcotics, prescription drugs, or other drugs, including marijuana and edibles. That's the exact language of the law. Indictables include burglary, more severe ones as well, murder, aggravated assault, arson, rape, fraud, and kidnapping. We have asked the borough to kindly give us the background to these statistics, and the borough has been refusing. Highland Park always prides itself on this transparency notion. We have asked repeatedly to have this backup information, and the question would be, why are you not providing it? Is there something that you do not want the public to be aware of regarding this 56% increase in DUIs? If there's
30
nothing
seconds.
if there's nothing there, provide the information. If there is something there related to these recreational marijuana sites that you've installed, that's something you need to be aware of as well. So hiding this information doesn't seem to do any good for anybody. Please kindly release this information. We've asked it all to be redacted, of course, no personal information, but this should be of interest to you, why we've had a 56% increase.
Time.
Thank you so much.
Melissa Gorduke, I live on the corner of Crowell and Lewis. I just want to deal with this being on Crowell, and that we recently had a girl that was hit. There's a sight line that the person coming to the corner can't see around, and that's what happens. So maybe we need bigger yellow boxes. Our yellow boxes are all worn out. And maybe we need a stop sign. The juvenile said that she didn't stop because there wasn't a stop sign. But there's a stop sign up the block, but there wasn't a stop sign there. Okay, so I don't know what we can do, but I'm starting to have hot cars going up and down fast and motorcycles. And that's where the deer come up from the ravine, and there's gonna be something. There hasn't been anything there in years, but there's gonna be something. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yeah, there is one hand up. Sal Baptist, if you could state your name to confirm.
Hi, this is Sal Baptist. I live on Raritan Avenue, right across from this Floro cannabis shop. And I'm sure you have gotten very tired of me you know, zooming into these meetings to say, hey, not everyone in town wants 1 million cannabis shots. Some of us are allergic, and I am one of these people. I get severe asthma attacks. And yet, like, I don't know, why does it not matter to any of you that you are literally hurting residents of this town? Like, what is it about these shops that is so amazingly wonderful that you don't care? And I'm not even the only person in my building who is severely allergic to pot. It's just that the other person is not as loud and annoying about it as I am. Do you even know how many people you are hurting in this way by having all these shops, all these dispensaries, all up and down Raritan? I used to walk up and down Raritan every day for work. And I'm glad that I don't work in town anymore because I would probably die. And I'm not exaggerating. I would have severe asthma attacks if I had to walk up and down Raritan like I used to. And you pride yourselves on having a walkable town, but it's not walkable anymore if you're severely allergic to marijuana. So it's not walkable anymore. And meanwhile, you concern yourselves more about, you know, buying property and not charging property tax to businesses in town, thereby putting the burden of paying for everything on the residents of town. And we get no say. There's so many people who do not like this amount of pot, and you completely ignore us. Every council meeting, every petition, the lawsuit, you just completely ignore all of us. What do we have to do to get your attention and maybe get you to rethink this? What do we have to do? All right, that's me. I'm done.
Anyone else there? No other hands up here.
Seeing there's no further, may I have a motion to close public participation?
So
Second.
1 second, somebody else just put their hands up. Yes, please speak into the microphone. Your name?
My name Raisa, South Second Avenue. I want to talk about my department. I have allergy as well, and it was terrible to get a ride with the driver, with the Uber driver who was under marijuana influence. I couldn't wait until this trip will be finished. It's absolutely terrible. Please stop increasing and spreading the shops here. We have enough shops. We have more than enough. Please stop to sign the next shops to be in at work. Totally against it. Thank you.
Now we're going to go back to closing public participation. May I have a motion to close public participation?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember George.
Yes.
Councilmember Hale.
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch.
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho Han.
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik.
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
Alrighty, a number of concerns that was brought up. We heard a lot about the marijuana dispensaries here in town. And I know there's a council member who wishes to speak, but also before we go there, Councilmember George, there were some concerns about possibly increase. So could you take a look at that and with the police department to see if there's what kind of increase there may have been in DWI based on consumption of marijuana?
I will, Mayor. I already made a note to do that. There'll be when I'm meeting with the chief of police next week. We'll discuss that, number one.
Thank you. And then I believe that Councilmember Hirsch had a comment that he wanted us to make.
Oh, no, Mayor, thank you for that. I think Melissa's comments regarding traffic in her area specifically, I'm not sure if that's captured the attention of the Public Safety Committee, but it is certainly problematic over there. Lack of stop signs, speed hump consideration would be something worth looking into, and the traffic circulation, the new configuration behind White Rose and Blackburn, I think particularly as it directs you toward Carsey, I think probably deserves a look. And I know that you and John have done a lot of walking and thinking about that.
Yes.
So I would just urge you, Melissa, to formalize your request to look after that.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And we've heard a lot about the pot shops, and we've had this conversation on many occasions about the dispensaries. They were approved, and we have given Flora their extension. And at this time, there's nothing more to be said about the pot shops that have been approved in town. And this has gone back, I think, 3 or 4 years now that this all was done. And I've said this on many occasions, that the voters in Highland Park, the residents of state of New Jersey, and 73% of Highland Park people voted to have the pot shops here in town. With that said, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Have a good rest of the summer, everyone. Our next meeting is scheduled for September 2nd at 7 p.m. And just a quick reminder, on the 20th, come on out and see what's going to happen with South Third Plaza. Thanks, everyone. Good night.